Okay, this is video number 2. Here we've got our screen reader running. I'm using NVDA. Say hello, NVDA.
1457.
Oh, is that the time already? Crikey. And here we are again, back on our homepage of Classroom. Now, if you don't know how to get here, the easiest way is just to pick up your web browser, Chrome, Firefox, Edge, Internet Explorer. No, it probably doesn't work very well in Internet Explorer. Chrome's your best bet. Next to that, Firefox or Edge. Any modern browser is okay. And I'm using NVDA. It doesn't matter what you're using. JAWS will work just fine. So it's all very broadly similar because all of this content is pretty much web-based. So the easiest way to get to your list of classes, which is what I've got on my screen right now, is to go to classroom.google.com. And that brings you up here. And this very first button on the page
Main menu
is the main menu button, which is what I talked about earlier, where you can set your notifications. If we go to our next heading,
Google Classroom.
That's the heading at the top of the page. Next one down.
BP UK Accessibility
is
Demo
our
Class Options.
Demo class. And underneath there is a button that says Class Options, which is why it read that out. So we'll press Enter on this.
Blank Course Stream. BP UK Accessibility Demo Class.
And we are now in the class. And if we go to the very top of the
Main
page
menu.
and we go down
Button
a
Stream
few times,
selected.
we get Stream, Classwork,
People.
and People. Those are our 3 tabs that we talked about in the first video. And you start off in the Stream, and then you can go to the required tab as you want. We tend to spend a lot of our time in the Classwork section because it lets you see what you've got to do and when. But the Stream is very navigable by using H for heading. So
BP UK Accessibility Demo Class. Assignment, 9 times table questions.
So that's the latest one.
Assignment, The Highwayman.
That's the latest but one assignment.
Material, what is material?
That's material, not an assignment. We talked about that in the first video.
Announcement, this is an announcement on the class.
So we see throughout the course of a primary school day here, this filling up with comments from students, and each of those headings would be a different thing. So like, for example, if I arrow down from this assignment.
Sean Randall created 1300 hours, edited 1302.
This is me.
Menu button. This is an announcement on the class. Normally teachers and other students can make announcements. And in our primary school experience they are used for the teacher to outline the structure of the day or for students to ask questions as the school day progresses. Announcements can also have attachments, YouTube videos, files from Google Drive, or links to other
blah blah blah.
Webpage people, teacher, one class comment.
And then there's a comment here.
Comment posted by Sean Randall 1325. Menu button collapsed. Submenu comment options. This is a comment on an announcement.
So the buttons that you see me arrowing past are just to let you report these as spam or complain about things. Teachers have more options under these buttons. But this is where, if I wanted to,
announce something to your class button, assignment, and expand about section button collapsed. Announce something to your BP UK Accessibility Demo Class assignment, announcement, no next heading.
Let's click on that.
Material announcement. This is an announcement. Announce something to your class assignment. Expand about section button
collapse. I can't seem to reply to it from the stream. That's very interesting. That should work, but it doesn't. But never mind. This is why we get things wrong. Let's then, assignments are next because assignments are the important bit.
Assignment, 9 times table questions.
Let's click on this one.
Blank, assignment details, 9 times table questions. Assigned. Menu button collapsed. Submenu add or create. Button mark as done.
So this add or create button is where you can add things to this assignment. So if this was a math sheet, we get a lot of these sheets that we have to print off and fill in, or we were told to write answers in her book, for example. This is where
menu button collapsed. Submenu add or create.
You would go to add the picture you'd taken of that piece of paper or that page of the book to this assignment.
Button mark as done.
And that mark as done button then tells you that your teacher that the assignment is finished.
Private comments. Add private comment, edit required multi-line.
This is a box for writing comments to the teacher. You can do this before or after you've handed them in. So if you've got questions, you can put them in here.
Out of edit button unavailable post. Class comments. Add class comment, edit required multi-line.
Section,
out of edit button unavailable post.
Where you can put comments or questions for the whole class to see. So just be very, very cautious, as I've said before, that you put private in class comments.
Menu button collapsed. Submenu help and feedback.
In the right place. So
no previous 9 times table questions. Menu button collapsed. Submenu assignment options.
What have we got to do here?
Sean Randall, 1411.
This is the person and the date and time the assignment was put up, which was me not so long ago.
100 points.
This is how much you'll get for doing the assignment. 100 is sort of a Google default.
Due tomorrow. Answer the questions in the attached quiz.
Okay.
Attachment, Google Forms, 9 table blank quiz.
So that's an attachment. So this is how Google Classrooms work. Every assignment, in theory at least, has set of attachments to it. And they can vary in type. They can be anything. This particular one is a Google quiz. So if we just press enter on that.
Untitled Google Chrome, incognito, 9-table blank quiz Google Chrome, incognito, 9-table blank quiz document, 9-table blank
I
quiz.
get NVDA waffling at me.
True or false, 9 nines are 81 grouping true radio button not checked.
Yep.
Checked.
That's true.
Checked.
I can do that question easily.
What is 5 times 9? What is 5? Which of these? What is 5 times 9? Focus mode. What is 5 times 9? Edit blank. 45.
There we go.
Browse mode.
So that was an edit box where I typed the answer in. And then the third question here.
Which of these numbers appear in the 9 times table?
I've got tick boxes.
Which of these numbers appear in the 9 times table grouping 26 radio button not checked?
No, I haven't got tick boxes. I've got radio buttons, so I've got to tick one of them. Well, that's not going to work, is it? Because
18 radio button not checked. Checked.
There we go.
45 radio button checked. 18 radio button not checked.
Yeah, so that's obviously been coded wrong by the teacher. It wants only one answer, but it needs to have more than one. So that's not very good. But you get the idea. It opens up a nice quiz. You can answer the questions, and there's a button at the bottom.
Submit button.
To submit, and then the teacher can see the answers. So I think these do get better. When we first started in lockdown, we saw lots of Google quizzes coming in with errors like this, where they've chosen the wrong type of answer. They've chosen buttons where you tick one rather than being able to choose multiple. As teachers get better, you tend to find that these improve. So that's the first type of attachment to an assignment that are quite popular. We've had several of these over the past couple of weeks already. And they are relatively accessible. Each question is a heading.
True or false, 9 nines are 81.
Question.
What is 5 times 9?
That's the second.
Which of these numbers appear in the 9 times table?
And that's the third. So you can H through them with your heading key, just as you would in any other website. Obviously, you can use Shift H to go backwards. And you can also, if you really need to, use F for form field. So if I want to go to the answer for question 2, I would
True
H,
or false? What is 5 times 9? Edit 45.
And I'd be in the box to write the answer. So knowing your screen reader shortcuts is just as important as knowing about Google Classroom, really. Let's go back to our classroom.
Leave site dialog. Leave button.
I haven't submitted the quiz, so it's complaining at me. But
9 times table.
Fine, because I now want to show you.
UK. Announce something to your people. Assignment options menu. Assignment. 9 times. Assignment. The Highwayman.
This one.
The Highwayman menu button unavailable. Collapsed. Submenu.
So I was talking in my first video about the differences between the work set for everybody and the private stuff, which only you have assigned. So when a teacher assigns a document to be written on or filled in by a student, it comes up as an attachment in the Your Work section of the thing. So let's have a look at this.
Main menu. Be the Highwayman. Menu. Sean Randall. 1353. 100 points. Due tomorrow. Listen to the poem The Highwayman. Open the free flow thought file and jot down your thoughts and impressions as you hear the poem.
Okay.
Attachment. Audio. The Highwayman MP3.
So that's what we've got to listen to, presumably.
Attachment. Word. The Highwayman docs.
That's a copy of it for us to read.
Attachment. Link to HTTPS.
And that's a website. So all of these type of attachments appear or can appear in a classroom. They can be links to audio, video, downloadable documents, anything. These are the same files for every student. All students will see these. But if we go further down...
Your work. Assigned.
Now I'm logged in as Kim, as my wonderful wife's Google account. She is my student for this class.
Attachment. Google Docs. Kim Priest free flow thoughts on the Highwayman.
Okay, so what happens here is the teacher doesn't make a separate document for every student. She makes one document, in this case called Free Flow Thoughts, and the classroom software assigns a copy of it to Kim. So anything Kim writes in her copy is only visible to Kim. And then when she hands it in, obviously it becomes visible to the teacher. But because it's in the Your Work section, the other children don't see it. And that's the difference. That's why the separation between the two sections, if you like. The first set of material is public to the whole class, and the second section is not. And this takes us into Google Docs, really. So simply by pressing enter on that.
Untitled Google Chrome.
It's opening up a new
Kim
Google
Priest
Chrome
free flow
tab.
thoughts on the Highwayman Google Docs. Kim Priest free flow thoughts on the Highwayman Google Docs document. Application. Document. Blank. Document. Blank. Screen reader support enabled. On page 1. Free flow thought document content edit multi-line. Blank 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 blank.
And sometimes
blank blank
if you
blank.
get this with Google Chrome and Google Docs, sometimes you're arrowing around and it doesn't always work. So we'll just
Focus mode.
turn on focus mode.
Free flow thoughts on the Highwayman.
There we go.
Write as much as you want whilst listening to the poem. You can include your thoughts and feelings or what you think some words or imagery may mean. New line, new line.
We've got instructions at the top.
New line, new line.
And this is blank, so we can just type here now. So we can Alt-Tab.
Screencastify. Kim. The Highwayman document.
Back there.
Assigned.
And we could, for example,
Google account. Assign. No next.
with
The
the coding
highwayman
gone,
attachment. Audio.
open that,
Showing view. Display.
play it for us. I got
There was
press
a problem
play.
while playing this audio
Oh
file.
dear.
There was a problem while playing this
Look
audio
at that.
file.
That's gone wrong, isn't it?
But none available. No previous but next button. Connect. Cloud convert. But connect.
Why
There was
can't
a
I
but
play it,
next.
eh?
There was a
Played
problem
it
while
fine
playing
earlier.
this audio
Maybe
file.
it's because I'm recording audio at the same time, or recording video, I don't know. But in any event, by clicking on the attached file, it opens up a viewer that lets you play. You can always download the things. So we've found, for example, that when certain types of things are attached that we can't read, you might, for example, want to use the OCR features in JAWS to read them. Well, having them on your computer is necessary for that to work reliably. So one of the options is to download the file directly.
Connect cloud FLAC. Video player toolbar close bar open with
I've
menu
got
bar more actions.
more actions here.
Expand separator menu item open in new window.
If I open it in the
Showing view of
window,
dialog.
I should be able to then download it.
Menu button expanded submenu more actions. Expanded. Out of menu there was a problem while play. Focus. Showing view at menu no next button. Expanding view. Open in new. Expanded. Focus mode. Menu submenu. Section. Next button. Connect more. Cloud FLAC. Video toolbar. Open with menu. Expanded. Focus mode.
I can't
Showing
seem
the
to
menu
play
button.
it, but I think that's because my sound card's taken up by the video recorder. But you can get hold of the actual files if you need to, so that's worth knowing as well. This viewer that's trying to play our MP3 will also be a viewer.
Focus mode. Main landmark.
For
to do calendar BPU.
back here.
BP. Announce something. Assignment. Assignment options menu. Assignment. The highwayman.
Word
The
document.
highwayman.
So if we click on the Word
Assignment.
document,
Attachment. Or attachment. Word. The highwayman docs link. The highwayman docs.
Google tries to be very kind and let us read this.
Browse attachment. Dialog showing viewer. There was a problem while playing this audio file. There was a problem. Kimpri's free flow thoughts on the highway.
So we can view that on the web page without having to download it. I mean, so just be aware when you're trying to read material of what you're downloading. Okay, let's go back to the main page because
Class
I want to now show you
Classroom Google
the work tab.
Browse mode. Calendar. BP UK blank course stream.
So we're in the stream.
Google stream classwork.
This is
Blank
the
classwork for BP UK accessibility demo class.
Classwork section, and this is where you would see, if I had more work here, certain things would collapse in on themselves. So let's have a
Google
look
Calendar
down
class
here.
button material. What is material? Material button collapsed. Expand. What is material?
This is a material post about material.
What is posted 13:30?
It's a bit meta.
Menu but maths.
This is a topic.
Maths. Menu button collapsed. Submenu topic options. Button collapsed. Expand 9 times table questions.
So the expand will let you see more detail.
Assignment. 9 times table questions. Due tomorrow. Menu button collapsed. Submenu assignment options. English.
And this is another topic.
English. Menu button collapsed. Submenu top button collapsed. Expand the highwayman.
So to get all the attachments and things, we have to press on the expand button. And you can go through these really nicely.
No next. Maths. English.
Topics are headings.
Maths. English. Maths. English.
And then the assignments inside them are buttons. So by using your H and your Bs, you can zip through really quickly through those. When it gets to a certain number of assignments, one of the buttons will say show more. So don't think you can, you don't get hundreds and hundreds on the screen at once. You have to expand the lists, but that's all fairly self-explanatory. There is also, if we go a little bit further up here,
people, classwork, list collapsed all topics.
You can filter by topic. So if we only want to
focus
see the English,
all topic English not selected. All topics, main landmark, classwork for BP, topic options menu, assignment, the highwayman.
The maths is gone, as you can hear, and we're just left with the English. If your teachers use topics wisely, it's a very quick way of navigating around. What you can't see here, I'm sorry, I haven't thought this through quite. As the dates sort of stack up, as you get more and more assignments, there are also tabs at the top here for things due tomorrow, things due this week, and things unassigned without a date. So you can't see that here because there's only 2 or 3 assignments to look at. But as the screen gets more jumbled, Google does get better at showing you the things by sort of filter, and you can filter out things. So you can only see stuff due this week or so on if you needed to. That really is it. It's not very complicated. Google Classroom in itself doesn't provide a great deal in the way of features. What tends to throw people is the linking out into Google Docs to do your work. because people aren't always overly familiar with Google Docs. It would be similar if there was, for example, a spreadsheet to complete. That would throw lots of people because not many people are familiar with Google Sheets. And the quizzes are more familiar to people because people have done surveys online more as a rule. So don't think of Google Classroom as a separate app or anything on your computer. It's a web page with links to all the material and resources. It's nothing too scary when you get your head around it, rather, not your hang around it. It's quite nice. Everything's headings and buttons. It's not that there's nothing very inaccessible. Of course, the work can be inaccessible if the teachers are scanning pictures or taking photos or using PDF files that are printed with images rather than text. Google isn't going to fix any of that for you. But by and large, I mean, we've been very lucky and we've seen that teachers are putting links to other websites. They're putting Word documents that we can download and read. We do get some pictures. A lot of the time they are accessible to OCR. So with JAWS or NVDA, you can use OCR features to read the print out of those pictures. I think as a general rule, the younger your child, the more visual things are. And that's obviously harder when you've got no sight. No amount of OCR will line things up visually for you on the system. So, for example, we were doing an assignment about film times, and there was a table of film time, start time, end time, duration, etc. And I didn't see that in a nice, pretty set of boxes like my daughter did. I had to be the cleverer one and work out that, of course, if a film has a start time and an end time but no duration, that's the answer I'm expected to provide. Whereas if it has an end time and a duration, I have to provide the start time. You don't get everything with OCR. But really, the tools are there for us. It's very nice on the web. Google Classroom and the screen readers do support very strongly with what we need. And so if you want to poke around this classroom, that's fine. Have a look around, try submitting assignments and see how you get on with it. And the next video will cover the iPhone. So the same thing we've just covered basically, but from the phone's point of view. And then we'll do a final video for this sort of time, looking at how work is handed in and the ways in which feedback are provided.